And for those who probably don't recognize me, I was on the news, 29 years ago. If you remember the first Gulf War and the bombs and bullets going off in Baghdad, well, unfortunately, I was the other end. It does mean, if you remember, though, you're old. So for the younger ones, look on History Channel. I was a fighter pilot in the British Royal Air Force. I was flying a Tornado, and I was shot down by anti-aircraft guns, and a missile went up my right-hand engine. I then ejected in the desert, was captured by soldiers, buried in the sand by machine gun fire, and then spent 7 weeks as a prisoner of war, being tortured. I lost over 2 stone in weight, and I was beaten with baseball bats, rubber truncheons. They set my hair on fire, and I was blown up 6 times. And that was pretty relentless. So, but I don't look at the experience negatively. Really, as a prisoner of war at the extremes, I found some instinctive talents and strengths that I didn't realize I had. What did I discover? Confidence. I found an independence. And I also found out that I was a lot more resilient than I believed before I got shot down. And then that was exaggerated by, I went from this black box of solitary confinement to a white light. I was exposed to mass media attention. And I realized the perception of me had changed. So I returned to thousands of letters from people who'd been abused. And therefore I could no longer be just the fighter pilot. I had to develop other talents where, you know, compassion, empathy, and an acceptance of sharing vulnerability. So in many respects, the media exposure gave me a voice and an opportunity. And I wouldn't recommend the method, by the way, but the idea of finding out true talents. And that's why I support Naturally Talented Me, because I want to give people a voice, and this does give people a voice. I mean, obviously much of what I got from the military, but the military employs or attracts people with character, will, and they want effective intelligence. They're not looking for absolute qualifications, because they can train the skills. And so what I, like many service veterans, but I look around at the stunning service veterans that I meet, and they get somewhat stereotyped. And many of them have really serious talents that have nothing to do with their previous roles. And I think businesses would really benefit from having access to these characters. And so they get the skills and qualities, they get the right stuff. And from my business career, since I've been in business for 20 years now, I look for character. I frequently meet and admire people who are just naturally, innately talented. I'm envious of them. I love seeing people who are naturally good at what they do. So I'm really excited today, actually, about supporting Naturally Talented Me's and how they can almost change, I hope, the way that employers see and attract different types of characters. Because if the businesses always employ from the same pool, they will always get the same answers. And surely this COVID at the moment is showing us we need different answers. If you employ different people, you'll get a more diverse group of people. You're from a diverse background, and you'll get a more diverse culture, which means you'll get better solutions. So that's why I'm here. Naturally Talented Me gives people a voice. It gives them an opportunity to show their natural talent. And I see real benefit on people understanding their strengths. And through the profiling, now I'm now a performance coach, and I'm accredited in very many psychometric profiles. And let me tell you, I think this profile is really good. It's easy, it's fun, actually, and a lot of psychometrics are not fun. And I think it's really insightful. So they got my profile perfect, really. Let me say the obvious. Obviously, the obvious I got would, as you'd expect from a former military fighter pilot, it was determined, adventurous, and single-minded. But one of the things that frustrates me is, like many of my military friends, they don't expose the other things. So it's free thinking, devoted, I got imaginative and independent. So those things are great, because I really think that reveals the true me. So please do not go away thinking I'm a damaged human being from my experience. I wouldn't recommend the method. But do you know how much confidence an experience like this gave me? It's very much along the lines of Nietzsche. That which doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So I really recommend this to people who are maybe lost in their careers, want to change their path. Actually, do the profile, discover something, and get yourself a voice, and you too can establish yourself on a new path. So it's a great pleasure to be here, and you've got some stunning people that on the video here, and I'm sure you look forward to hearing their stories. Thanks very much.